Welcome to Tonight's Crims Reviews. Today we are looking at Transformers masterpiece, Optimus Prime. Yes, this is the big daddy of them all, the one that started the line. This is the American version. Obviously, you can tell by the battle damage on his abdomen and the shorter stacks. This thing is a beast. It was actually the first one to have a lot of the more common features of Optimus Primes now. Most notably, it's always so pleasant to open up. Matrix. Batteries on it is dead, but there is a little switch here that was used to light our darkest hour. The matrix can be removed, and then, like pretty much every other matrix you're getting today, you can open it. Also, he has this button on the back that can be used for moving his mouth plate. Other accessories he came with, he never came with the trailer, unfortunately. Later versions did come with a trailer, but this original one did not. But he's got his ion blaster that fell out of his hand. Megatron blaster. And when he's not holding it, goes like that. You just slide that down to give his hand a little bit more room. You can take the gun stock off. And the muzzle suppressor. And the scope. He also comes with an energon axe. For that, you're going to partially transform him by tucking his fist away. I really like how that worked back in the day. Then just clip it in there. And he has an energon axe. This is also the first one to come with an energon axe like this, as far as I know. But yeah, nice figure. For the time, he was very posable and had some decent features. All of the pistons. Including these ones do have a tendency to pop out. Fairly clean backpack. Let's see. Articulation is head on a ball joint, can go up that far, down that far, full 360. His antenna are posable, and that's part of transformation. Arm can do a full 360. Bicep swivel. Elbows can go 90 degrees. Smokestacks can pivot. Can only go out about that far, and you have to pull the arm out to expose more of the shoulder joints. Does have a rear ab, backwards ab crunch or backwards ab for transformation, but no forward ab crunch. He does want to lean forward a lot. Unless he's in an A stance, he's going to want to move forward. Hips can kick out. I'm going to do a full Van Damme. You got to move the leg skirts out of the way, though. Can kick forward, out, right about 90 degrees, back at 90 degrees. Once those ratchets react. Knees can go way back. Thigh rotation. And this is early 2000s, and he's got ankle on a ball joint. So get some rockage, some tiltage, toes articulate. No real heel articulation though. But for the time, he is extremely articulate. Let's set you back there and bring out some comparisons. So first we've got G1 Optimus Prime. You can see how far things had gone in those nearly 20 years. I think he came out in 2005. I think like he was the 20th anniversary. You got World's Smallest. And the new benchmark that we measure everything against now, 86 Prime. So I think he matches up pretty nicely, staying head and shoulders above all the rest. All right, now let's look at transformation. So transformation for this guy is, he's got some neat bits, but at the same time, he's got some parts that can be quite frustrating. Oh, real quick, he does come with built-in wrist communicators to talk to Bumblebee on his left wrist and Starscream on his right wrist. Why Starscream? I don't know. Maybe Starscream wanted to surrender. So he does have some really good kibble management. Some of the pieces don't always want to work, but at the same time, like, some of these joints don't want to cooperate. Like I said, like, I like how they handled his hands. With this slide that is self-hiding. I think that was really nice. I also like how they hid his front wheels as his, part of his abdomen. sometimes they don't like to move. The matrix chamber can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Just getting it lined up the way that it wants you to have it lined up. But it was also a great way to hide the true grill, because the ab grill is faux parts. The true grill and the bumper and then they incorporate his antenna as the armrest for the chair, even though like it's in the center of the cab rather than to the side. Ab grill just folds up underneath. Arms are just basic Optimus Prime. Why is that not? The matrix chamber decided to flip around. It's been a while since I've transformed this thing, so please bear with me. I want to go the other way. Okay, I had it turned the wrong way. So there's a small tab right there that you want in that orientation to be able to get this slider all the way in the back. No, that's not working, so it has to be the other way. There we go. So the tab goes on this side, which I don't think I've ever noticed that tab before. Then these panels just kind of like closed on Prime's back to neaten everything up, and those become his headlights and cover up his face. There's that. Cab's done. Now you're going to just okay, before you get the arms in place, turn the wheels around. Then you want to get the arms in place. Pull out the hitch, pop the legs together, and then just squeeze on the gas tanks, claps them down. Fold these panels out for stairs, and then going to turn the toes there we go. Collapse the feet, close the heel, turn the toes so that you have tail lights. And then you can, there you go, straighten it out. Do the same thing on the other side. I can raise this up a little bit. So, show the heel down. Push the heel in. Oh. See? Pistons come out. Foot's on a ball joint. I didn't turn the foot around first. But I just pops back in there. All right. There you go. Flip the foot around. Clasp back of the heel. Close the heel. It didn't pop. There we go. All right. So transformation can be a little tricky, especially if you haven't done it in a while. But once you get the hang of it, it flows pretty well. These vents will open and close, which was a nice touch. All right, 1 second. Let me get this foot fixed. All right, so he rolls really nicely. He's on pinned wheels. Also, all of the wheels. All right, have suspension, which I think is really nice. Okay, I figured out what I was doing wrong. So the peg that the foot pegs into activates the vents for Optimus's legs. So just when you transform him back into robot mode, you push down on the feet, and those pop themselves open. So I wasn't pushing it in far enough. So just get that on there, get that lined up, push it down until it pops in, and then we can do the transformation. Oh. This foot does not want to work with me today. There we go. Now for comparisons. So here he is with G1, world's smallest, and Studio Series 86. Seems to work out pretty well. As far as his back goes, he's somewhere between 86 and a G1. Much cleaner than the 86. But G1 still has the cleanest back. This right here is my biggest problem with 86, and I will forgive that for the black magic that they use for the legs, because that engineering is incredible. Yeah, so it's been Studio Series, or not Studio Series, Transformers Masterpiece, Optimus Prime. Decent figure. Definitely has some flaws. Is definitely dated compared to some of the other stuff, and the current masterpieces. But he is still the first, and if you can get your hands on one, I would do it, just because he's that piece of Transformers history that we all seem to love and enjoy. So until next time, this is Ice Cream, signing out.